Welcome back to Grammar Grade 6. This is Unit 8, Lesson 50, and it's the last stop in our batch on subject-verb agreement. Today, we're going to solve a sneaky little mystery. Sometimes, the real subject of a sentence is hiding, and if you grab the wrong word, your verb ends up disagreeing with it. So let's learn how to find the true subject every single time. Let's dive in. Here's the idea we're building on. A verb always has to agree with the true subject of the sentence. If that subject is singular, the verb takes its singular form. And if the subject is plural, the verb takes its plural form. You already know that part. The twist today is that the subject isn't always sitting right next to the verb where you'd expect it. So step 1, before you pick a verb, is always the same. Find the true subject. Meet the number 1 trap, the prepositional phrase. Look at this sentence. The box of crayons is on the desk. What's the subject? It's box, and box is singular, so the verb is, singular, is correct. But watch out for that little phrase, of crayons, sitting between the subject and the verb. The word crayons is plural, and it's right next to the verb. So your ear wants to say, the box of crayons are. Don't fall for it. Crayons is not the subject. It's just an object hiding inside a prepositional phrase. So we ignore this phrase completely. So here's the clean trick that never fails. When you spot a prepositional phrase between the subject and the verb, cover it up or cross it out and read the sentence without it. Take this one. The players on the team practice hard. Bracket that phrase, on the team, and set it aside. Now read what's left. The players practice hard. Suddenly it's obvious. Players is plural, so it needs practice, the plural verb, and they match perfectly. Cross out the phrase, and the real subject stands right out. Questions like to play hide and seek, too. In a question, the subject often comes after the verb, not before it. Look at this. Where are the keys? Your subject there is keys, but notice it's sitting behind the verb are. To check the agreement, just flip the question back into a plain statement. The keys are somewhere. Now, keys and are line up nicely, both plural. So whenever a question trips you up, rearrange it into a statement, and the subject will step right back in front where you can see it. Now for 2 words that fool people constantly, here and there. When a sentence begins with here or there, that opening word is never the subject. The real subject comes later, after the verb. Take this. There are 2 apples in the bowl. The subject is apples, which is plural, so we say there are, not there is. And here's another. Here comes the bus. The subject is bus, singular, so comes is singular too. The trick is the same as before. Just look past here or there and find the real subject that follows the verb. Let's turn all of this into one simple routine you can run on any sentence. Step 1. Find the verb, the action word or the being word. Step 2. Ask who or what is doing that verb. The answer to that question is your subject. And step 3. The golden rule of today's lesson. Ignore any phrase sitting in between. Once you've got your true subject, all that's left is to match the verb to it, singular with singular, plural with plural. Find the verb, ask who or what, ignore the middle. That's the whole method. So here's your quick check before you commit to a verb. Ask yourself, is there a phrase in the middle? If so, cross it out. Is it a question, or does it start with here or there? If so, flip it into a plain statement. Once the sentence is cleaned up like that, The true subject is easy to spot, and you just match the verb to it. Do those moves, and the sneaky subjects can't fool you anymore. Ready to practice? In this first set, each sentence has a hidden subject. Find the true subject, then choose the verb that agrees with it. Pause the video and try each one yourself before I reveal the answer. The basket of apples, blank, heavy. Cross out that phrase, of apples, and read what's left. The basket, blank, heavy. The subject is basket, and basket is singular, so the answer is. The dogs in the yard, blank, loudly. Ignore the phrase, in the yard, and you're left with the dogs, blank, loudly. The subject is dogs, which is plural, so the answer is bark. Wear blank my shoes. This is a question, so flip it into a statement. My shoes are somewhere. The subject is shoes, and shoes is plural, so the answer is are. Now for a tougher set. Watch for phrases in the middle, and for sentences that start with here or there. Find the true subject, then pick the matching verb. Pause and try each before I answer. There blank 3 cookies left. Remember, there is never the subject. Look past it to find the real subject, cookies, which is plural, so the answer is are. The color of the walls blank bright. Cross out the phrase of the walls and read the color blank bright. The subject is color, singular, so the answer is. Here blank the winners of the race. Here is never the subject, so look past it. Ignore the phrase of the race, and the real subject is winners, which is plural, so the answer is come. Let's wrap up. To make a verb agree, you first have to find the true subject. And today you learned exactly where subjects like to hide. A prepositional phrase between the subject and the verb is a trap, so cross it out. In questions and in sentences that begin with here or there, the subject comes after the verb, so flip it into a plain statement. Then just find the verb, ask who or what does it, and match, always ignoring the phrase in the middle. That wraps up our batch on subject-verb agreement. Great work getting this far. I'm really proud of you. I'll see you in the next lesson.